The spoon slipped from Antony's hand and clattered loudly against the plate. Amarka froze mid-step. For 7 years, this moment had never happened. For 7 years, she had always tied the red scarf before placing food in front of him. Always. Without fail. But tonight, the scarf was missing, and the silence in the room felt thicker than the night air pressing against the windows. Amarka, Antony said slowly, his voice tight. You forgot something. She did not answer. She stood there, staring at him as if she was seeing him for the last time. Her eyes were swollen, red-rimmed, and wet, like someone who had been crying long before he walked into the dining room. I didn't forget, she finally said. Antony forced a laugh, trying to shake off the sudden chill crawling up his spine. You've never eaten without that scarf since we married. Even when Nipa took light. Even when we had visitors. Even when... Don't, she cut in sharply. The tone shocked him into silence. She placed the bowl of pepper soup gently on the table and slowly sat opposite him. Her hands were shaking now, no matter how hard she tried to steady them. Eat, she said. Antony stared at the food. His appetite vanished. Why are you acting like this? Where is the scarf? Amarka swallowed hard. Tonight, you eat without it. The room felt wrong. Too quiet. Even the ceiling fan seemed to slow, its weak hum dragging unnaturally. For 7 years, Antony said, leaning forward, you told me the scarf keeps peace in this house. Are you saying we don't need peace again? Tears rolled down her face. 7 years is the limit, she whispered. Antony's heart skipped. Limit of what? She looked up at him, eyes shining with fear and regret. Your time is complete. The words landed like a slap. What nonsense is that? He snapped, rising to his feet. Is this some kind of joke? Because if it is... Something moved behind him. Not footsteps. Not wind. Breathing. Slow. Deep. Heavy. Antony turned sharply, but nothing was there. Still, the smell hit him immediately. Iron. Like blood left too long in open air. Amarka, he said quietly, panic creeping into his voice. What is happening? She dropped to her knees. I begged them, she sobbed. I begged for more time. Begged who? He shouted. Who are you talking to? Her voice trembled. The ones you cannot see. Antony backed away from the table. Memories he had ignored for years suddenly rushed back. The unexplained success. The accidents he walked away from without a scratch. The way Amarka sometimes collapsed after tying the scarf, as if something had drained her strength. What did you do? He asked. Amarka shook her head violently. What I had to do. She wiped her face and forced herself to stand. Before I married you, my grandmother saw something following you. She screamed when she looked at your shadow. Antony scoffed. Your grandmother was a village woman. Always talking about spirits and signs. She was never wrong, Amarka said softly. She told me if I married you without protection, I would bury you before our first anniversary. The room grew colder. She made the red scarf herself, Amarka continued. She said it was a binding cloth. That it would redirect what was meant for you. Antony's chest tightened. Redirect what? She hesitated. Then she said it. Death. The word echoed in his head. You are lying, he whispered. I am alive. I am healthy. Look at me. Yes, Amarka cried. Because I stood in front of it. She grabbed the scarf from the chair where it lay folded and held it up. Every time I tied this, I told it to take from me instead. My blood. My sleep. My strength. Antony noticed the faint scars on her wrists for the first time. Thin lines he had always assumed were old injuries. What about the whispers at night? He asked slowly. The smells? The times you fainted? Amarka nodded. Payment. A low chuckle filled the room. This time, Antony heard it clearly. It didn't come from the walls. It came from inside him. His knees buckled. He gripped the table to steady himself. Amarka. I can hear something. Her face crumpled. It's been waiting. The lights flickered violently, then went out completely. Darkness swallowed the room, but Anthony could still see Amarka's face, pale and terrified. A voice spoke, loud and ancient. 7 years of delay is enough. Anthony screamed, clutching his chest. Pain ripped through him like claws scraping bone. Please. Amarka cried. I gave everything you asked for. The voice laughed. You only postponed the debt. The pressure increased. Anthony collapsed to the floor, gasping for air. Why me? He screamed. What did I do? Amarka rushed to him, holding his head in her lap. You did nothing. Your mother. She stopped. Anthony looked up. My mother did what? Amarka hesitated, then whispered, She begged for your life when you were born. At the river. The breathing grew louder. Tell him, the voice commanded. She promised something in return, Amarka said through tears. She didn't understand the terms. Anthony's world shattered. My life was borrowed, he whispered. Yes, Amarka said. And the lender has come. The red scarf slipped from her hand and fell between them. The voice grew closer. Hungry. And Anthony realized, with rising horror, that it was no longer looking at Amarka. It was looking at him. The voice circled him slowly, unseen, patient, as if savoring fear. You have enjoyed 7 extra years, it said. 7 years of breath that was not yours. Anthony struggled to his feet, sweat soaking his shirt. If this thing wanted me, he shouted, why didn't it take me from the beginning? Because someone stood in the way, the voice replied. Amarka stood up slowly, wiping her tears. Her face hardened with sudden resolve. I will continue, she said. Tie the scarf. I can still. No, the voice snapped. The agreement is complete. Anthony turned to her, shaking his head. You can't. Look at yourself. You're already half gone. She smiled sadly. I was gone the day I married you. The walls groaned. Plates rattled. The air thickened until breathing became painful. Choose, the voice demanded. The scarf returns to him, or I take him now. Amarka's knees buckled. Anthony stared at the red scarf on the floor. For the first time, he truly saw it. The dried stains woven into the fabric. The faint symbols stitched along the edges. This thing, he said hoarsely, fed on you all these years. Amarka nodded. I thought love was enough. Anthony laughed bitterly. Love almost killed you. The voice hissed impatiently. Time. Amarka rushed forward, grabbing the scarf. I will do it, she cried. Please. Just one more time. Anthony caught her wrist. No. She froze. You already paid for my life, he said quietly. I won't let you pay for my death. He took the scarf from her trembling hands. Anthony, don't, she begged. You don't know what you're doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. He wrapped the scarf around his neck. The room exploded with sound. Wind roared through the house, slamming doors open. The lights burst back on, flickering wildly. The voice screamed, furious and shocked. This was not the agreement. Anthony tightened the knot. I am changing it, he said, his voice shaking but firm. You want payment? Take it from the one who owes you. Pain ripped through his body. His veins burned. His vision blurred. Amarka screamed his name, clawing at the scarf, but an invisible force threw her backward. She hit the wall hard and slumped to the floor. Stop, she cried. Please, stop. Anthony fell to his knees. Memories flooded his mind. His childhood. His mother's face. Her desperate prayers by the river. I forgive you, he whispered, though she was not there to hear him. The voice howled, weakened now, strained. This body cannot contain me. Then leave, Anthony gasped. The scarf grew hot, scorching his skin. He clenched his teeth, refusing to scream. A deafening crack split the air. The pressure vanished. Silence followed. Amarka slowly lifted her head. Anthony, she whispered. The scarf lay on the floor. Untied. Cold. Anthony was gone. No blood. No body. Just empty space where he had knelt moments before. She crawled toward the scarf, sobbing uncontrollably. No, no, no. Morning light crept through the windows. Neighbors gathered later, drawn by the noise from the night before. They searched the house. Outside. Everywhere. Anthony was never found. People whispered. Some said he ran away. Others said madness took him. Amaka never corrected them. Weeks passed. Then months. The house felt lighter. Quieter. For the first time since their marriage, Amaka slept through the night without whispers. Without pain. Without blood. But peace did not feel like victory. She stopped wearing bright colors. She stopped cooking pepper soup. She stopped singing while cleaning. She kept the red scarf locked away in a wooden box beneath the bed. One evening, a neighbor asked gently, "Will you ever remarry?" Amaka smiled faintly. "I am already married." "To whom?" the woman asked. "To a man who paid a debt with his life." Years later, a young boy asked her why she always paused before eating. Amaka would glance behind her shoulder, then at the empty chair opposite her. "Out of respect," she replied. On the 7th anniversary of Anthony's disappearance, Amaka dreamed of him. He stood by a river, calm, smiling. "You're free now," he told her. She woke up crying. That morning, she took the red scarf and buried it far from the house. She never spoke of it again. But some nights, when the wind blows just right, a familiar presence fills the room. Not threatening. Not hungry. Protective. And Amaka knows he is still keeping watch. If this story held you till the end, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Would you make the same sacrifice for love?